How many discounts does USAA Auto Insurance offer? Too many to say here. Multi-vehicle discount, safe driver discount, new vehicle discount, storage discount, legacy.
How many discounts will you stack up? Visit USAA.com/auto discounts. Restrictions apply.
Raise the rudders! Raise the sails! Raise the sails!
Captain, an unidentified ship is approaching. Over.
Roger. Wait, is that an enterprise sales solution?
Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors. With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry, job title, and more. We'll even give you a $100 credit on your next campaign. Get started today at linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply.
If that dog gets maimed or killed, I will harm you and your wife and sue you also. And I got confused.
I'll not only harm you, that's not good enough. I'll also sue you. Okay.
This is the plaintiff, Arthur Drevins. He says the defendant's vicious pit bull jumped into his car, kicked him in the right cheek, causing him to bleed, and then tried jumping out of the closed passenger door window, shattering it to smithereens. It was crazy, just like out of a movie. His insurance paid for the window, but he's suing the defendant here and now for $5,000 for the pain and suffering he endured. This is the defendant, Mark Karras. He says the plaintiff let his dog out, and they went out to the street to look for him. The plaintiff found him, put him in his Jeep, and when the dog saw him, he tried jumping through the window. The plaintiff is a nutjob who's trying to get money out of him with this ridiculous lawsuit, but he knows the judge will see through it, and this case will be dismissed. He's accused of having a crazy dog.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milian in our forum, the People's Court.
The Honorable Judge Marilyn Milian is now presented. Be seated and come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Okay.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Arthur Drevins?
Yes.
You are suing New and Old Limited and Mark Karras. You're the owner of the business?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. For $5,000, $4,800 of it pain and suffering that you say you received at the hands of what's that dog's name?
Samson.
Samson. Boy or girl?
He's a boy, Your Honor.
Okay. And $200 to repair your window. What happened?
Good day, Your Honor. On Sunday,
Can you get the dog to obey your command to sit, or
He's
no?
been here so long, Your Honor, so it's hard for him.
We'll just say sit and see what happens.
Sit, stay.
Okay, there you go. That's all I'm asking. Go ahead.
Good day, Your Honor. On August 11th, Sunday morning around 10:40, I came to his Mr. Karras' second memorabilia shop in Long Island, New York. And I went over to the door and opened it 5 inches, and all of a sudden, this huge animal came charging out. He went past my right.
That one?
This dog here went charging out and scooted straight up towards highway of Lincoln Avenue.
Okay.
And I was so shocked.
Why was a dog loose in your business? Because your business is an open business. It's not your house. Why was a dog loose
Your Honor,
inside?
I do have a sign in the window that says by appointment, and I usually keep the door locked. And people come in, they were with the dog all the time. As you can see, I'm just saying, your whole staff met this dog. He loves everybody.
I'm sure the dog is very lovely. Is that a pit bull?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm sure the dog is very lovely, but any dog, pit bull or otherwise, but especially pit bull, maybe should not be in a public place roaming because there could be a problem. Like I'm just telling you, in terms of your own liability for the future, you can't just say, "Oh, my dog's great," because the only ones I see are the ones where it turned out not so great. So, I just don't know whether why was he loose? The answer is he's always loose in your business. It's your business, and you'll do it if you want.
On Sunday, it's like his day of coming out with me. So he gets this day because it's not really busy on the Sunday.
All right, so what happens? The dog runs out, and what happens?
I looked at it, and I just went after the dog for a second to see where it went. And Mr. Karras came out about 10 seconds after. with a lot of derogatory four-letter words, and then he said to me, if that dog gets maimed or killed, I will harm you and your wife and sue you also. And I got confused.
I'll not only harm you, that's not good enough. I'll also sue you. Okay, go ahead.
I wasn't trying to be a good Samaritan of any sort, but I'm a dog lover myself. I have 3 dogs, Los Apsas. And I got in my Jeep, 1990 Jeep, and I floored it. I went right after the dog, expecting Mr. Karras to follow me. I went all the way up to Church Avenue, and I saw an old man, I guess on a morning bike ride, and I slowed down, I rolled down my window, I said, have you seen a white dog? He said, I think it's a pit bull, and he took off like a lightning bolt.
Okay.
And then also to my left, I saw 4 children, small kids, around 7 or 8 probably, playing on the sidewalk. And I said, oh my God, I said, something's going to happen. So I went to the end of the dead end there. The dog was stuck against the fence. He was going back and forth, back and forth. And I was in a state of shock. I said, a pit bull, what am I going to do? And I was praying like crazy in the car. And I said, what am I going to do? So I turned the car in, and I turned it to an angle, so to my right, so he was kind of blocking the alley. And I opened the door wide open, and I said to the dog, get in the car right now. And I backed off, and the dog started trotting towards me. I thought he was going to take a leap at me, but all of a sudden, somebody up there was watching over me, and my prayers came true. He turned to the right into my car. He floated right into the passenger section. I keep my driver's passenger section right up to the front, right up to the dashboard, so it was really tight.
Okay.
And thank God upstairs, his paws got stuck right down. And all of a sudden, I didn't even waste a second. I said, he's stuck. And I said, all I have to do is go up 1 block and turn at the lights. At the left, 1 block, and there.
Wait, so you decided to drive the car with the pit bull half stuck in where the feet go because the seat was so far forward. So instead of just closing the doors, you decided, he's kind of stuck, so I've got the minute and a half to get back.
No, he was stuck real good.
Okay.
Because
you're trying to help. I understand. You know what you're saying. You figure you've got the minute and a half.
His chin was stuck.
Except what happened because you're suing. So what happened?
His chin was stuck right against the glass, so he was getting really frustrated.
You're just making him angry now. I mean, it's like, this is nuts.
He was
what? Okay, so now that the pit bull is frustrated and angry, let's get in the car and drive 1.5 blocks. All right, and then what happens? So you get the car. All right.
And then I thought I had it made until the dog his back legs started whipping me in the face.
Because he's stuck.
And they were really
so his
heavy.
Back legs are whipping you in the face.
They were really heavy-duty Muhammad Ali punches.
He's a big dog. Okay, go on.
When I made the turn to the lights, I saw Mr. Karras standing at his complex, hands crossed like this, looking like a jolly green giant, saying, ho, ho, ho. He was laughing. I told him, get the dog out. He said, no, drive the car down to my door, right to my door. I said, what? And so I floored the Jeep, made a turn, and then I went, then all of a sudden hell broke. He broke right through my windshield.
The dog?
Went right through my passenger windshield. Glass.
So wait, not windshield, through the passenger glass.
Yes. It was just like a bomb hit my car.
Right.
And all I could see was to my right that he was walking with his leash, and they took the dog into the warehouse. And then he came out, and first thing he said, clean up the mess you created.
Okay, let's hear from you.
Your Honor, his story and mine are totally
What happened?
different. What happened was the dog was sitting, I was getting ready to take the dog to go do his business. The dog was sitting right by the door. You could see the dog right there. I yelled, Arthur, don't open the door. So what does he do? He opens the door before I could get the leash on him. So the dog
I got an idea. Why don't you not have the dog loose with your front door open to a store that's during opening hours?
Well, I learned that lesson by not
right? Okay, so go ahead.
bringing him with me anymore. I know that.
Well, it's look, you can take him with you. You just need to have him controlled if it's open for business to people. And if your front door's open, it's open for business.
I have 2 warehouses. I usually keep them in the one room.
Except for that didn't happen this time, right?
Right, because I was getting ready to take him out.
So you yell to him, but it's too late. He opened the door and the dog escapes. And what do you say to him at that
So
point?
I say, you're an idiot or whatever, something derogatory. I can't exactly remember.
He's an idiot.
Well, I guess I'm an idiot too. So I guess, anyway, so he goes down. I rush in my car right away. I just go real fast. I turn right, turn around, turn left. Then I come back to my warehouse because I realized I left the door open. And by that time, I seen Arthur coming with the Jeep, and he was right there. I says, I can't take the dog. I needed to put a leash on him, whatever. I said, drive right in front of the door there so I can take him and throw him through the thing. So before I got to do, I heard a loud bang, so all I can figure was the dog.
So did you tell this guy to clean up the mess he created?
No, that's total.
Okay,
I mean,
well, did you pay for his window?
Your Honor, I play Santa Claus every year. I don't think I...
Well, Angie, you're not exactly playing Santa Claus now, are you, cowboy? Because he's got a $200 window repair that you're refusing to pay.
All right, but I'm not bad Santa. I'm
okay,
good
evil Santa. He's bad Santa.
I do rescue. I try to help the pit bulls and the Rottweilers and the big dogs. I used to help
all the dogs
Brookhaven
that I'm afraid of. Okay.
Right. I guess I'm not as good as the guy there on TV. What is his name?
Well, you do not have that dog under control, even in my courtroom. You are certainly not the dog whisperer.
He's 90 pounds of solid muscle.
Yes, and you love it. It's fine for you. You love that he's rambunctious. You don't really want to control his spirit. But here's the problem: his window's broken. Did you offer to pay for the window?
Your Honor, I said, are you all right? First thing I did was say, you all right? I seen he was a little dazed and fogged, so right away I have.
Do you know why he's dazed and fogged, by the way? Because he felt bad that your dog got out, which is not his fault, it's your fault, and he was trying to be a good Samaritan, and he was trying to get the dog for you so you wouldn't be sad.
I understand.
Right, like you get that, right? Because
yes.
I would never do that. If I opened the door to an establishment and a dog came out, you're on your own, pal. I turn around, get back in my car, and leave. Okay? I'm not going to chase a pit bull I don't know.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, are pit bulls more aggressive than other dogs?
No, I don't think so. I think as long as they have a good training, they'll be as loving as any other animal.
You buying that?
Yeah, I think it varies on how you raise the dog.
So you think it's the owner, not the dog?
Yes.
Is it the owner or the dog?
I'm going to say it's the owner. If the owner's aggressive, I think the dog then has a tendency to be aggressive as well.
So there are a lot of bad pit bull owners, aren't there?
There are.
Interesting. Going inside the courtroom.
Okay, you have him safe in the car. Close the two things of the car. Now he's in the car. Walk back to where you're going and talk to him, call him and figure something out. But why would you get in the car and then the dog hits you and then it's his fault that the dog that's wedged somewhere and is trying to get loose has the hind legs hitting you? By the way, did you seek any medical attention for that?
I got the evidence right here.
Thank you. Can I see it? Is that your arm? That's your arm?
Yes.
Okay. And when did that happen to your arm?
I yelled at him. I pointed my arm a little bit too close to the dog, and he took a real that snip at me, and then the blood started pouring pretty bad. And then I asked him afterwards when I parked the car, I got out and I said, call the police immediately. He faked the police call because I went to the police headquarters to check on his cell phone call. It was a fake.
Do you have the bill for the window?
Yes, I do. Sorry.
Did you seek medical attention, yes or no?
No, I saw my doctor 2 days later. And
do you have the bill from the doctor?
No, he just said there was my bone bruise and the way I healed because I poured peroxide in my car. I had some bandages and everything, and I cleaned it up myself, waiting for the police.
Here's the deal, all right? I've got to look at two parts of this case. I've got the window, which is $182.26. Clearly, he's paying for the window. There's no question. Okay, you've won that part of your lawsuit. But the next part is your pain and suffering.
Yes.
And there's two questions to it. One, is that his fault? And two, is it worth $4,800?
Yes, because I've had weeks and weeks of no sleep after this.
I know.
Because if that dog turned his face on me, they go for the neck. They're an inbred dog. They'll go for the neck, and I'm dead.
Right.
My life was at stake at that moment, man.
Who put your life in danger?
Who put my life in danger? I had to get that dog off the street before somebody else gets killed. Pit bulls are inbred dogs, not bred dogs.
Listen to me.
They mean business when they come after you.
That's right. And you have a responsibility in the eyes of the law to not put yourself in a position of danger, which you willingly did. Not only that, you had the dog contained and there wasn't a scratch on you. And instead of just leaving well enough alone, walking to the nearest business establishment, walking to the nearest payphone, walking to the nearest whatever, walking back a few blocks to where it is, what you did was crazy. And that's how you got injured. What you did was get in the Jeep with a wedged pit bull.
I didn't know
and
that.
Drive like a what doesn't matter? Stop. The dog escaping was his fault. You getting hurt it was proximately caused by the decisions that you made to drive with a wedged-in pit bull. Okay, it was kind of crazy.
If I knew it was a wedged-in pit bull.
You said it was wedged in pretty good there. That's why I thought I had the time to make it back.
But the thing is, the dog...
It was crazy. And it's a scratch here and a scratch here. It didn't require medical attention, so it's not worth $4,800. I am going to order him to pay you for the window, because I think it's the least you can do because he saved your dog. $182.26, verdict for the plaintiff. I don't know that you two should be in contact with each other anymore. I understand that you do business together. You have done business together. Maybe not the best idea. There's a lot of other places in town and people in town you can do business with. Good luck to both of you.
Your Honor, could I just say one thing?
Hey, here comes the big guy. And the defendant. All right, Steer, stand next to me like this. Tell me, what's your feeling on now that this case is finished up on how the verdict came out?
I think it's exactly the way it should have came out, and I think that it was just...
Hey, the man did you a favor chasing your dog, you know?
Yes, and I have no problem paying for his window. He made it out.
Don't you appreciate the fact that he went and chased your dog and found your dog?
Yes, I do. I want to, yes.
Want to thank him for that?
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay. All right, head right around the corner there. Okay. All right, step on in here. You sued for a lot in pain and suffering and everything, and you wound up with 182. So you satisfied how this comes out?
Absolutely not. The defendant didn't even tell about what kind of dog it was, and I wouldn't have gone after it if it was a pit bull.
Why did you chase the dog? It wasn't your job. It was his job to do it.
Well, I'm a dog lover, and I don't want the dog to be hurt. I thought it was just a simple terrier. It just took off, and that's all. I was doing a favor for him.
You did a good deed.
Tried, but it ended up with nothing.
For Santa Claus there.
Well,
he was trying to be a good Samaritan.
Right. Harvey?
So what really happened here is that the plaintiff was negligent himself by driving in a reckless fashion, so it cancels out the defendant's negligence, at least in part. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
Hey, it's Paris. You know I love sparkly things, right? Like stars. Duh. And thanks to Hilton and AutoCamp, I just slept under them. Picture me serving looks by the fire outside my luxurious Airstream, making s'mores with the kids, while a national park is our backdrop. The great outdoors meets Hilton hospitality. That's hot. Explore all the new ways to stay at Hilton.com. Hilton for the stay.
With a major selection of the looks your kiddos love, starting at just $4 in the Walmart app, a new school year means a stylish new them. Who knew? Find skater skirts and Crocs that say, I'm casual but cool. Sparkly sneakers that say, it's my classroom, you're just learning in it. And preppy polos that say, I'm the teacher's pet, even if they're mommy's menace at home. Find their favorite styles starting at just $4 in the app. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new.
This is the plaintiff, Diana Jones. She says she and the defendant began dating in March of 2010, and things escalated between them very quickly to the point where they were practically living together. As it turns out, she caught him in a very big lie, and she don't play like that. Once she found out the truth about the slime ball, she kicked him to the curb. And now she wants the $2,698.20 she's owed. This is the defendant, Charles Jones. He says the plaintiff's license was suspended, and he put a van in his name for her. She made it very clear the van was hers and only hers. Now that they've gone their separate ways, the plaintiff has it in her little head that he should pay her all this money for the van's upkeep. He simply doesn't owe because money went back and forth over the 3 years they were together, and she did for him and he did for her. He's accused of letting a lover down.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. These litigants were dating. She found out that he was cheating. She kicked him out, and she is still owed a fortune. But he says he gave her plenty, so they're even. It's the case of your cheating heart and wallet.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Diana Jones, you are suing Charles Jones, your former boyfriend?
Yes.
Okay. Coincidence, last name?
Yes.
For $2,698.20 in expenses, van upkeep, and maintenance of a van that was yours, that you put under his name because you had a suspended license?
Yes.
And that now that you broke up, you want him to retroactively pay for?
Yeah.
Tell me what happened. How long did you two date?
I met him in March of 2010.
Okay.
In May 2010, my son was murdered.
I'm so sorry.
By August 2011, I had quit him because during one of my breakdowns, he stated to me I wasn't the only woman to ever have a son killed. I did not speak to him. I did not see him. I did not try to contact him. December 2011, approximately 3-4 days before Christmas, he calls me. And we started talking again. Naturally, I'm fragile. I'm still mourning and grieving the death of my son.
Again? Did he apologize?
No, but just to have somebody there.
Oh my goodness.
You have to lose a child to understand what people go through, and especially single women. There was nobody there for me other than my children, and they're grown and they live away from home.
Okay.
Like I said, a few days before Christmas, he calls. By New Year's Day, I didn't see him New Year's Eve. He said he had a date. I think what was going on was the woman that he was with, he was probably under the impression she was getting ready to kick him to the curb because he was with her New Year's Eve. From New Year's Day, January 2012 up until May 6th, this man was with me constantly. On February 23rd, I bought a van. From the time I got the van, for the maintenance and upkeep, every time something went, he had sole possession of this van.
Why would he have sole possession of the van? It's your
because
van.
I didn't have a license.
Why was your license suspended?
I had a DUI.
Okay, so you bought a van and you put it in his name.
Yes, and he was driving it. Everybody thought the van was his.
Okay.
But every time something went wrong with the van, if I asked him, did he have any money to get it fixed? No. Can you get it? I'll try. I'll see. There were times when there was no gas in the van. And I would borrow money to put gas in the van for him to get where he had to go because he claimed he had no money.
Okay, I know, and you're telling me about all the stuff that you did, and then you want me to be understanding because you went through a very difficult time in your life, but why are you suing for it if that's the life that you were putting up with?
Every time I would ask him to, did he have any money or could he, help get the van fixed, he would say no. April of this year, the end of April, I found a Discover card statement in the van that he accidentally left there with a credit line of $7,900 and a cash advance of $4,300. He claimed he couldn't even help pay the insurance on the van, but when he got a dog, I think a couple years ago, I'm finding out that the owner, when he came out of jail last year, added $50 more a month to his rent. Now, you can pay $50 more a month rent for a dog, but you can't pay.
I have no idea what you're saying. Rent for a dog?
Yes, for the dog living, for the dog, him having the dog.
Paying him for holding onto the dog while the guy's in jail.
No. It was his dog.
Who's doing what? Who's in jail?
When the owner came out of jail.
The owner of the dog?
No, of the apartment.
Of an apartment.
Of his apartment.
He had to pay $50 more at his own apartment to keep his own dog there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yet he had no, when I would ask him.
Okay, so your boyfriend's a louse. I understand, but how does it make a legal case? Tell me what you're.
Because he had funds to help. He had this money. Also, he claimed that when he got money, that he would give me some.
Okay. All right, what's going on?
Well,
a part about her son, and that wasn't said like she put it.
How was it said?
She was all upset, and I just made the statement. I said, well, you're not the only one that have a child that got killed. I said, but you got to try to get yourself together, like that there. But did nothing become of that at that time about that statement.
She didn't break up with you then?
No.
I'd break up with you then.
Well, she didn't.
Yeah. Well,
she didn't.
Well, no, clearly, because she took you back. So at some point, the loneliness lets her even accept you.
Yeah,
okay.
well.
So what's going on with the car? Can I just ask you, because I can't stand it. Stop. I have a question. What's the age difference between you two?
About 6 years. He just
6
looks
years?
old enough to be my father.
That's right.
So, who uses who more, men or women?
Men definitely use women more.
Why do you say that?
I think that women just have a more nurturing personality, and so men have a tendency to take advantage of that sometimes. Not all men, just some men.
Is there a book on this that women read? Just kidding.
Not that I've read.
What do you think, men or women?
I think women, because they look good and they got that beauty, the feminine charm, so they use that a lot. Yeah.
Okay, going inside the courtroom.
He looked good enough for you for a while, though, didn't he? Okay, go ahead.
The first incident with the van was I took the van home one night. Then I went to a card game. She called my daughters, my friends, and the police, and called me on my cell phone and say, bring me my so-and-so van right now. Anytime I took that van, and if I didn't go back over there, I got calls about bring her van.
Well, is it her van?
Yes, it's her van.
Well, then why wouldn't you get those calls?
But I'm saying,
well,
what did I do?
Okay, so, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever pay anything for the car? No, it's not your car.
No.
But you're driving it a lot. Don't you think that maybe you should have helped out to pay?
I'm driving only because I have to, because I got to get back home.
Okay.
And then she want me to come back to her place. I'm not going to walk back and forth to there. It's a pretty good walk.
Okay.
So in order for me to satisfy her, I got to go and come back with.
So then, okay, is she asking you to help contribute towards the car?
No, not.
So what did she get so mad about the credit card limit that was available?
You said, why did she get upset?
Yeah, why'd she get so upset if she hadn't been asking you to help out?
Because we had an argument. Not an argument. I just walked out and went on home.
Yeah, but what made her so mad about the limits on the car?
Well, this is what I'm saying. When I went home, then she came. I went down to the bar that night. She came down there.
Did you have the van?
Huh?
Did you have the van?
No, she had it.
Okay.
I don't take a van when she upset like that.
Okay.
She won't let me take it without a fight or something.
Okay.
So, like I said, I went to the bar. She come down there. So she said something about what was it she said to me? Something like you
make up a good one.
Okay,
you just wanted to get out or something like that.
You just wanted to get out.
Yeah, because I left her house. But I'm not an arguing type person.
Okay.
So I don't argue, but if she get upset like that, I let her go ahead and say, why don't you answer me, and all that kind of stuff. But I don't.
Okay.
Anyway, like I said, she come down the bar, or you just wanted to use that excuse to get out. So I left, went home.
Okay.
She come up, but she don't know I seen her. But she came up to the house. I was just going to go in the bathroom when I seen her pull up out there. My dog was in the yard. She let the dog out the yard.
Right.
Because she was jealous of the dog.
Okay.
So that's what started. That's what started all this.
Jealous of the dog that you're ignoring?
The dog is a pit bull. I'm scared to death of the dog.
Okay.
What do you mean she was jealous of the dog?
Okay.
You always got to go home to that dog.
You have, among the many things, besides every penny you ever spent on the van that you're suing for, that's your van, you are also suing for $214 for detailing the van. You want to detail
see the pictures?
Yeah, but
he and his friend.
I don't understand. You guys are living together. Well, you're practically living together. You each have your own place, but he is there all the time. He's driving. I assume you're not driving.
No.
Yeah,
so every time you, she drives it too.
Yeah.
She's lying.
Every once in a while, I would drive her to the store.
We break up, she drives that van.
Okay. And when you wouldn't break up, she'd have you drive it.
Have me to drive it. But yet
you a liar. How many times did we break up? Once.
Every 3 months.
Once.
But I'll be gone.
Once from January of last year to May 6th. He used my van as a work van.
Did he use your van between January and May?
Yeah.
When you were broken up? When you were broken up, did he use it?
No.
Right.
No.
Okay, because it's your van. All right, so, but you think he should detail it?
They use it as the work van.
Who's they?
His friend and him.
Did you let them?
No, he just took it.
How do you not know where your van is all day?
He took it. Well, he said, I'm going to look at it.
Okay, and you're also suing for $500 for a dent on it.
After they came and got their tools out of it, I have pictures. Somebody took their foot or a tool and hit the back of it.
Okay, let me see that.
It was not there the day before.
All right, let me see your pictures. Did you stand up, please? Is that the gentleman who you got your tools with?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you guys vandalize the van?
No.
In anger?
No, and she knew I wouldn't have done nothing like that.
Yes, he did.
Did you do it?
No. No.
Also, Your Honor, he in April told me he was going to get the axle fixed. He was going to take it to Midas.
I heard about an axle.
Well, he was going to take it to Midas because of a noise, and that's what it was.
Okay.
It was the axle.
You told me don't take it there, didn't you?
I said take it to my mechanic.
Did you take it to him?
You know, normally I don't let people talk to each other, but I'm so fascinated by you guys. Do you still like him?
No.
Do you still like her?
No.
Oh, she's all right with me. We just couldn't go together. But like I said, every 3 months,
That's not really what I'm asking. I'm asking, do you still like her?
The way you see how my van look inside.
No, do you want to get back with her?
Huh?
Do you want to get back with her?
No.
Because you guys can't coexist.
Your Honor, like I told you, every 3 to 4 months we break up. Either behind me going out by myself, or
you never went anywhere,
or taking the van to go somewhere. And anytime I take that van, she called me 10, 15 times a day.
Okay, question. So she was fine with paying for everything with the van so long as it was a magnet to you. But the minute you guys end up breaking up because she's sick of you not helping out and finding out that you can, then now you got to go back and pay for the last year. Did you see the dent that day?
Can I see that picture?
Yeah.
Your Honor.
Hold on.
I don't remember it, but...
You don't remember?
No,
Okay.
I don't really remember it.
All right, I've listened to the case. It's kind of ironic. I wrote down one of the things that you said was he always said that he had no money to pay. And that's... it's interesting because then you come to court and say, well, he has an obligation to pay because as it turned out, he had money. That's not a contract. A contract is when someone says to you, I'll tell you what, we're going to split this van. I'm going to use it half the time. You're going to, so let me pay for half of the expenses, and let me pay for half of your insurance, and let me pay for half of the gas, and let me pay for this repair because you paid for the last repair. That's not the relationship you had. And now you're mad because, as it turns out, you didn't assert yourself. Look at me when I'm talking to you, though, because I think this is important. You didn't assert yourself. And you didn't demand better treatment, and so now you're mad and you want to. Well, no, you didn't. Because,
he said he didn't have it.
No. It's simple. There was something in it for you. Number one, you wanted the companionship, okay, and number two, you needed somebody to drive you around because you didn't have a license. So now you come to court and you want me to go back and make him pay for all this stuff that you weren't making him pay for because he just said I don't have money to pay, and that was that. Well, if that's what he said and that's what you accepted, that doesn't later, because you're mad, create a contract to pay. That's not how it works. You have no evidence that he dented the van. This doesn't look like something done with a tool. It looks like you backed into something or somebody backed into something. And I find, based on everything I've heard, in favor of the defendant. That is my ruling.
Well, you can't go back and create a contract after the fact when none existed beforehand. Here, right here. All right. Head right down there. Okay, so come on in here, sir. She has scooted. What do you make of all this now?
Well, she's a very vengeful type person. If somebody else make a mess, you take it out on you. It doesn't matter. So what can I say?
Mm-hmm. What does she mean to you now?
She don't mean nothing to me as far as us getting together.
Mm-hmm. You think you've broken up for the last time?
Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely so.
How do you know for sure?
Because I don't want her no more.
All right. Harvey?
So the presumption, unless you have a specific agreement, is that when two people live together, basically everything goes into one pot. It is really difficult for a judge to start separating things unless there's a clear point in the relationship where it's certain that one person owes one thing and the other person owns another. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso Virtuo coffee machines. Ready to enjoy the bold flavors of barista-quality Nespresso iced coffee at home? Simply fill a glass with ice and press the brew button on your Virtuo pop machine to enjoy rich double espressos roasted to stand up even when chilled. Refreshingly bold iced coffee. Refreshingly easy to make at home. Visit Nespresso.com to shop now.
This is the plaintiff, Kimberly Healy. She says the defendant house sat for her while she went away on a 10-week trip. And when she came home, she noticed a big scratch on the door of her car. When she confronted the defendant about it, he told her his bike had fallen into the door and apologized. Well, unfortunately, she's suing him today because she doesn't think he'll ever pay her what she's rightfully owed on his own. She's suing for $386.81, the amount owed. This is the defendant, Christian Bell. He says he admits to his bike falling over, but he never said anything because there was hardly a mark on the plaintiff's car. Now the woman's suing him for another scratch on the car door that had absolutely nothing to do with him. The plaintiff's also complaining he broke her futon when he slept on it with someone, and also accused him of driving around in her car because the tires were moved and the lights left on. He's had it with her accusations and owes her nothing, for sure. He's accused of being a one-man wrecking crew.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff let the defendant house sit, and he scratched her car with his bike. But the defendant says, yeah, the bike fell, but it was a tiny scratch. It's the case of scratch and sue.
Okay. Kimberly Healy?
Yes.
You are suing Christian Bell for $386.81. He estimated to repair a car door that you say he damaged while he was house sitting for you. Tell me what happened.
I went to Asia for work for 10 weeks.
What do you do for a living?
I teach golf.
You teach golf?
I do.
Oh my God, I gotta keep my husband away from you. And and what do you do for a living?
I'm a golf pro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And what happened?
Christian, I asked Christian
How did you two know each other?
We work at the same facility.
Okay.
So I went away for 10 weeks. I have a cat, so somebody has to watch the cat. So Christian was having problems at home. Said he was sleeping on his couch. I live very close to the facility. He lives like an hour away. So I asked him if he would stay at the house, watch the cat, help him out, get him out of his house, and he could save some money on some gas.
Okay. And were you paying him for that?
I was not.
So it was a favor?
Correct.
All right, and what happens?
I came back on October 7th. I got to my house the next day. I went to the grocery store. I got into the garage to go. There's a scratch on the door.
And?
I immediately texted him, said, did you drive the car?
So this was before you had moved the car from the garage?
This was when I got to the grocery store. I went from the garage to the grocery store.
All right.
But it's like half a mile.
Okay.
I got out of the car. It's not on the door. It's on like the driver's side below the rear window. It's only 2 doors.
Okay.
I texted him and I said, did you drive the car? He said no. He dropped his bike on it, and he would take care of it. He'd pay for it. So
he had remembered dropping the bike on it?
Yeah, he said he forgot to tell me.
Oh, you know how that's always happened?
Right.
All right, so go on.
So I went to get an estimate like the next day.
And it was how much?
$386 and change.
Okay, do you have evidence of that?
I do.
Okay, and then did he say he was going to pay you?
He did. He said he was going to do it in payments because he couldn't afford it. I said that was fine. So I gave him some time to get his money together. He even stayed at my house and watched my house for 4 weeks in April as well.
And he hadn't paid you a penny?
No, but I was thinking he was going to save money in gas while he stayed there so I could get some money out of him.
How'd that work out for you?
I didn't get it. But I got my cat to watch, so that was good.
That's true.
Right.
And were you paying him for that time?
No.
Okay.
There was no payment.
So you never paid him. This was never paid. All right, so then what happened?
Then I went away on a trip, another trip to Costa Rica.
A third time?
Well, the other 2 were Asia. This was Costa Rica.
No, but I mean, and then the third time that you take the trip, he house sat again?
I got somebody else. I got a cat sitter.
Okay, but is that because you asked him and he wouldn't do it?
Yes.
Yeah, and he wouldn't do it because, according to you, she keeps accusing you of doing damage.
So, is it perilous to house sit?
I believe it is.
Because?
Only because if you're someone that, if you're house sitting for someone and something's misplaced, they're going
to blame you.
Exactly.
Would you do it?
Would I let people house sit for me? I have before, but I personally don't trust it.
Okay, we're going inside the courtroom.
Tell me what she was accusing you of doing.
Well, there was the scratch. There was
Let me see the estimate. Well, wait, but I thought that you confessed that you scratched your car.
That's not the same scratch.
It's a different scratch?
There was no way it was that deep because it was the part of the bike that had the rubber
Wait, you
grips on
dropped
it.
your bike on her car and you never even told her about it. So why should I
It
trust you
happened.
on how bad the scratch was in your estimation?
It happened in-
Your estimation didn't happen because you didn't even tell her
It happened in
about
the end
it.
of August, and she came back
Why didn't you
middle of
email her
October
right away and
things-
tell her, oops, I dropped my bike on your car?
Now, then she'd be emailing me back and forth, how bad, blah, 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 this and that, and save me
Okay,
a
but
couple months.
should I see 2 scratches on her car door?
You should see something other than that one on
Well,
the
did
car
you?
door. It was a mark, something like you need to be buffed out or something like that.
No,
is what it was.
once she told you, what the heck, did you drive my car? And you said, no, I didn't, but I did drop a bicycle on it. Did you ever go look at the car with her?
No,
All right, so then who are you to say how deep this scratch is? You don't.
because I saw it when it happened originally.
So basically, you're willing to pay for it if it's a price that you think you should pay for, but you're also willing to skeeve out and fly under the radar if she didn't notice it. But I should trust you.
I wasn't trying to pull anything over her. Come on.
I don't know. That's how I would feel. I don't know how you asked him
Yeah.
to sit. Is
Well.
it that hard to get somebody to cat sit?
Well, it kind of is, and I really
maybe you
thought
shouldn't
you
have a
can.
cat. I mean,
Right,
I love
know.
cats and everything, but maybe you don't have that kind of life, if it's so, complicated. So let me say, I just want to make sure I grasp your defense. That's your defense? Because
Okay.
I have nothing else. I'm looking at, you agree that you're the guy who dropped a bike on her car.
Well, it's not like I dropped a bike on her. I mean, you make it sound like I
Well, what happened?
dropped
Well, no,
a bike.
I
was
in no
taking
way,
her-
shape, or
I
form
was-
meant that you threw a bike at her
Yeah,
car.
yeah.
I mean, you clumsily let your bike hit her car, according to you.
clumsily. That's interesting.
Okay, what word would you use?
I was pulling up her.
I would be happy to call it just one of those things if you weren't such a jerk about it.
Wow.
You try to hide it from her, you don't tell her about it, and then you weasel out of paying it because it's
Wow.
too much for you at $300.
Okay.
Okay, $386.81. Verdict for the plaintiff.
Thank you.
Okay, maybe you shouldn't have them around your things.
Yeah.
All right, both sides, hold on, please.
All right, so that's it. As soon as the defendant says okay, that's it for the defense. What happened? The defense went right out the window at that
It
point.
is what it is. I mean, she didn't really want to hear what I had to say anyway, so it is what it is.
So scratch is good in golf, right?
That's right.
Is it good with cars?
Ask him.
Not so good when you're the defendant. All right, head right down this way. All right, come on in here. And how are you feeling about this outcome?
Great.
You think he tried to hide it from you?
I did.
Is there anything to his story that his scratch was just a scuff and your scratch is worse than his?
I got the estimate the next day, so I brought it right in.
Mm-hmm. Is scratch good with cats?
No.
No. Harvey?
Even if you don't charge someone for something and you're negligent and you damage their property, guess what? You're responsible.